Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Katamari Damacy. This game is really something else, man. And if you played it yourself and finished it, you just might know what I'm talking about. I mean, just look at it. Look! You go around as the Prince of all Cosmos, rolling up everything that you see in your sight. And in the process of all that, you make your Katamari ball much larger. So why exactly are you going around rolling up random things and creatures to create these giant Katamaris? It's all because your goof of a father, the king of all cosmos, accidentally destroys all the stars in the cosmos. You see, that's just the type of game that Katamari Damacy is, in case if you couldn't have already tell by its strange visuals. It's a very unique, very goofy, very fun, very silly themed game that will probably give you a good laugh here and there as you play it. Every stage in the game is the same premise. Your father, the king of all cosmos, gives you, the prince of all cosmos, a random sized Katamari ball in each level. The goal is to roll up as many items as possible in order to reach the gold size by the end of each stage. Only though, there is a catch for most levels in the game. There's a time limit. Both the time limit and Katamari ball size change in every level, as you can see in both the upper left and right hand corners of the screen. It's randomized. So, just because you're essentially doing the same thing in every level, and basically every game in this franchise is the same kind of gameplay, it doesn't quite mean that the element ever gets stale, annoying, or boring. Why is that? Well, it's because clearly the team behind the series knows very well how to have fun with coming up with new ideas. I mean, just look at all its ages. I mean, while I was playing the game, I never once thought about, it was boring. It just feels fun. In fact, it's one of those games where you don't really think about the gameplay. You're just so distracted by what you're seeing on the screen that you don't really think about the gameplay because because the music and the atmosphere and just the visuals does such a great job to captivate you on what you're doing. There are many different button inputs and whatnot to control the prince. I believe if you have used both control sticks to control him, the left and right stick, you have to click them to turn him around. You have to rapidly press them up and down to dash forward. You have to press, I think, the left trigger or the right trigger to jump. There are a few button inputs here and there for this game, but the controls are still remain to feel simple. They basically just are. You're in a radical new setting in each level. In fact, the second game even has a level underwater and one when you have to roll up the sun, but more on that for the second game in the series. Also, you don't have to just restore the stars, but as fun side bonus stages, you also have to restore the zodiac signs, the stars themselves. These levels come off more so as fresh breathers, as they don't have a set ideal to how big the star needs to be. You can just roll freely until the time runs out. There are also some stages where you have to pick up a certain object, and once you do, the level's over. If you're not too careful, the level can end rather quickly, and I believe these stages do not have a time limit. In fact, some of them do not have a time limit. Some of them have a different goal instead of running out of time. Throughout the game of Katamari Damacy, we follow the subplot of these two children who are going with their mother to see their father go into space, because, well, he's an astronaut. However, throughout the story, the children notice that the stars are missing and that the Prince of Cosmos is doing his best to restore them, and that the parents are absolutely oblivious to what's going on around them. Also, whenever the brother and sister try to tell their mother about it, she just blows it off as their imagination. Sometimes these kind of plots can annoy me, but in this case it comes up as quite comedic, to be quite honest. Now, as for the king himself, let's talk about this guy for a bit. I actually really like the king of all cosmos. Yeah, he might be a bit of a jerk at times, but you know that he means well. He really does. Also, he can be generally funny at times too, and he does care about his responsibilities. Only, he makes his son do them instead of him, which is actually a running thing with these games. And not only his son, but all of his cousins pretty much. All of the royal family of Cosmos, all the children have to pick up the slack. It's kind of I guess it's kind of a weird premise, but it's still fun gameplay. So it's kind of lighthearted. It's not anything that you should think too deeply on. Also, the Queen of all Cosmos does make an appearance every now and then, the prince's mother, in these games as well, but I don't think she ever speaks. come to think of it, I don't think that the princess really speaks either. He does say like one thing at the beginning, like on the Katamari game on the PlayStation 3, but I never really see him speak. It's usually the king who does all the dialogue. Now, as for the soundtrack to this game is fantastic. It fits right at home with the atmosphere of the game overall. You're probably hearing it in this review right now. In fact, you are. I'm putting it in the video. It's fun, unique, wacky, and imaginative, and just works so well with what the game goes for. Overall, that's all I have to really say about Katamari Damacy. I'm sorry for cutting this review a little short right now, but there isn't too much more to say what I've already said about it. If you want to check this game out for yourself, there are a handful of ways. If you own either a PlayStation 2 or a PlayStation 3, the game is rather cheap / affordable, either buying it physically or digitally off the PlayStation network, or store I mean. Or if you have a backwards compatible PS3, you can buy it physically as well. It's like $20 physically, I believe. It's not too expensive. Also, you can attain it for the Nintendo Switch now, for the game actually did get remade. I have yet to play Katamari Reroll. I'm not sure if I ever will, considering that I got the rest of the series to play still. There's even a Katamari game on the Xbox 360. Yeah, who would have guessed, huh? That one I am incredibly curious to check out at some point. Well, anyways, guys, this has been Hatsuki Warrior 921, and I hope that all of you out there watching have enjoyed my quick review of this quick, fun, yet memorable little game. Of this quick, fun, yet okay. And I hope that all of you out there watching have enjoyed my quick review of this. Have enjoyed my quick review of this quick, fun, yet memorable little game. Take care and have a good one. Peace out and roll up those Katamaris, guys. Till next time.